and a half later, we got an episode going.
God, Jesus. It's a mess.
It's a hot mess. Welcome to Metal Waifu. I'm Nick. That's Alexis. And today we got a spicy one for you. And by spicy, it's like a mild picante. Like, adds some flavor to it, but it doesn't really do too much. It's kind of just there. It's like a crappy pico de gallo or whatever.
Oh my God. Jesus.
We're doing an album review, an actual full genuine album review. You want to tell them what we're reviewing today, Alexis?
So we are. I cannot believe I agreed to reviewing this one.
You could have said no.
I know I could have, but I was like, oh, we'll just we'll ping back and forth as to who picks what album just for the hell of it. Yeah, so we're going to review Hatebreed's new album, which is called Weight of the False Self.
Oh, God.
Quite the imagery on the cover.
The art on the cover actually doesn't look too bad. The problem is that much like a Ghost album, it's very misleading.
It really is.
Yeah. The reason why I chose this album was because I was looking through the release schedule of stuff that came out around the time we were going to do this episode. And It turns out that the end of the year there wasn't really much I was really looking for in terms of metal albums and everything. I mostly threw the Hatebreed album as maybe give it a shot. Let's see what happens. And you're like, okay, sure, whatever. I'm like, oh, she said yes.
I mean, the last time I've listened to Hatebreed, I can't even really tell you. So I was like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, let's roll it out.
Now I'm like, oh God, why?
Why did we make this decision? So if you want to, I'll let you lead on. Did you want to start with the history of them, or just want to go straight into the review? For those who don't know who Hatebreed is.
Yeah. I mean, I figured there's always a chance that somebody listening doesn't even know who this band is, even though they've been around for so long.
Yeah, if you're like a weeb getting into this show and you're like, oh, maybe I'll try out some metal, we'll give them like a background.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd give a brief synopsis. I'm not going to go too heavy into these guys. You can read their Wikipedia page for yourself. I trust that you have an education where you can read. Oh.
Assumption is that? We assume you're illiterate. We assume
I assume that you're literate.
We assume you're literate, hopefully. If you're not, we're sorry. To the illiterate, we'd like to make this is our apology video to the illiterate.
Oh no. I feel so bad if somebody actually is, though. I'm not hating. It's just a joke. It's a sad joke. I don't know.
Sad. We're sad people, it's fine.
We're sad people.
Go to the background.
Anyways, I have just some stuff written here. I didn't feel like going heavily into this. There was a lot that started happening.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the main thing, they were formed in 1994 in Bridgeport, Connecticut. They, at least, also for me, Hatebreed, I've always known as that band that tours with other bands, but I've never seen them headline their own tour.
No, they might have headlined their own tour, I think, at some point, but I've sworn I've seen them on a headline for at least one or two. Do you move over a little bit? Okay.
Yeah, you're kind of far away.
Okay, that's fine. No, I've seen them. I swear I've seen them on posters where there's the giant Hatebreed
the Hatebreed text. I don't even know what font that is, but it is. I literally associate it with them.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It evokes some things, and I don't know necessarily it's hardcore or cool. It's more just like PBRs and regret. I don't know.
Dear God. God.
Continue.
Yeah, so they've toured with bands such as Slayer, Deftones, Entombed, Napalm Death, Slipknot, Mastodon, blah, 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 blah. They've also been, I mean, again, I know them mostly as being on other people's tours or being on freaking festivals, because they've done Ozfest, Mayhem Fest, Warped Tour Australia. They did 2017 US Warped Tour.
Oh, I think I remember hearing about that.
I was on 2016 Warped Tour, and I almost worked 2017, literally had no idea that they were on the tour.
And
I'm pretty sure I attended that year. Did I? No, maybe I didn't.
Was that the year? Because there was one where Black Dahlia Murder was touring on Warped Tour. I was like, what?
That might have, well, no, they did a couple years.
Black Dahlia?
Oh,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That would be a little too aggressive.
Have you been to the monster stages? They get
That's
wild.
true. That's true. Oh, every time I die, it was still there's an infamous story with that one, but we'll say that for another time.
Oh God.
But that okay. I mean that isn't like too crazy, but I understand like that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, because I feel like they don't really draw a younger crowd.
No.
From at least my understanding, they wouldn't, and they don't. But whatever. I guess I am just going to like say it. This band has had a couple different controversies.
Yeah.
Take it how you want to. I looked up into a lot of these, and it's just interesting. Yeah. So
they have a bit of history. So like you can look at the controversies yourself, Ari. We're not going to go into that because that's not really the whole point. But the whole point of this one is honestly the other reason I chose this was because Hatebreed has their controversies and they have their fans, and there's a certain I don't want to say stigma because I think that'd be a bit much, but there's an aura around them. They are like one of the more peripheral. One of the more peripheral. I can't say the word. One of the more important. I'll just say that one of the more important hardcore bands out there.
Yeah. And they're kind of one that I think everybody at least knows the name of.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you know a song or not, you know this. You've seen that text.
You've seen the text. It's probably been. They're probably a highly memeable band. Memeable. And they're. While yes, there's jokes and stuff done around them, they're still important to the scene because they did probably help put hardcore in a forward progression.
Oh yeah.
But they've been playing for years, like since '94. Yeah. So they are definitely on the higher. They've been historically been around forever. Yeah. I was trying to figure out where I was going to go with that. But the main thing is, when going into this album, I was wondering what direction they were going to go to.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Do you want me to finish my little background synopsis?
Is there more stuff?
It's just about the members.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So real quick, member-wise, they're kind of all over the place. They have lost... they did lose a member to suicide. They've lost members to just moving on and doing other things with their career, et cetera, et cetera. But the current lineup is Jamie Josta, who's on vocals, lead vocals. He's been there since '94. Chris Beatty, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to probably butcher a lot of their last names. On bass, he's been there since '94. Matt Byrne, I'm assuming that's how that's said, since 2001 on drums. Then Frank Novinek on rhythm guitar and background vocals since 2006. And then Wayne Lozenak, he was there. He started in '94, took a little break, came back in 2009, but he's on lead guitar and background vocals as well.
Okay,
yeah. So that's the full thing.
That is the lineup we're currently dealing with and everything. It'd be fun when we do a Sepultura album because then we can talk about those lineup changes.
Oh my god!
It's just there's no original members in that band anymore. Did you know that? That's insane.
I know.
That's
I'm
funny.
like, who are you? I don't even. Okay.
They still making albums. It's kind of nutty.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been around forever, and they definitely have a history, and they definitely have a sound. And in terms of that sound, is a good base for a lot of hardcore bands.
Very outline. Like,
yes.
Here's how to make a hardcore album.
Basically, if you need like just a base template on how to make a hardcore anything, Hatebreed is up there. But with them being around for so long and having so much material, especially going into this album and now understanding it, certain bands, especially if they're in a narrow genre, which I think that's gonna be something I'm gonna say a lot about metal bands, especially after the review we did for the Insane album. Mm-hmm. Hardcore is very narrow.
Yeah.
And hardcore doesn't. If hardcore strays from itself, it becomes something else, like deathcore or metalcore or anything like that.
There's so many branches now. I think that's a big thing, is like you look back, 20 years ago, like there wasn't as many sub-genres as there are today. It's actually kind of crazy.
It's kind of nuts. The funny part is that most of the core genres don't really like each other. So
yeah, ironically, yeah.
There's no crossover whatsoever. Even like even if that they go around and like see their bands and everything like that, just like you're a poser or whatever. There's no crossover.
We did that first, dude.
Exactly. Like it's insane. But with that being said, while Hatebreed is an important band and their sound is a template and everything, it was worrying going into this album, listening to like their first song, Slaughterlust. What a name.
Yeah, I have the entire
the track listing right there.
track list here.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's particular. Going into the first song, it's a hardcore song.
It's called Instinctive and Slaughterlust in parentheses.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know.
Okay,
Is there a distinction there? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's because he says Slaughterlust. The title is Instinctive, but I don't even know if he says that in the whole song or whatever. But
well, a lot of titles don't actually appear in the song.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how I felt about that first song because all right. Here's the thing about this whole album, because I can talk to you about individual songs, and I can talk to you about
I can't.
I wish I could.
Yeah, I can't.
I wish I could.
No, I'm saying I can't.
Right. I could try to talk to you about these songs individually as pieces. They all sound the fucking same.
It is one whole song, and not in a good way.
It's not Colors. It's not Between the Buried meets Colors. It's not a continuous album. It's not 2112 from Rush. It's not that.
Yeah, it's not a storyline.
No, it's not a continual. It's not Dope Smoker by Sleep. It's not that. It is each song in its own separate track just sounds the same as the last one. Here's how I was consuming this album, by the way. I was playing Monster Hunter, and I was like, while I was playing it, metal's playing in the background. It's a perfect way. You're going to hunt monsters, you're going to kill some dudes and everything like that. And as I'm playing through, I'm trying to figure out when the songs are changing. So I'm on track 2, and I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, cool, great. Is this song done? How are we on track 5?
Yeah, pretty much. And also the longest song on this album is only 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
Oh yeah. Here's
super short.
Yeah. Here's the plus side about this album. It doesn't stay long. It's not.
It says hi and leaves.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It more punches you in the face and leaves. It's not even like.
It really does. It's just Jamie Justice vocal just comes in and you're gone. You're like,
yeah, you're just like, what did I do? Hello? What? Hello, Mom? I need an adult. You get spin kicked in the pit. That is what this album is. It's just getting spin kicked in a pit that really doesn't have any. It's not a slam pit. It's like a normal regular circle pit and everything. And some guy starts slam dancing. You're like, what are you doing?
Excuse me, sir. You just bunted me out of the circle. I'm upset.
I just ate this dude's chuck. What?
Oh no.
The Tims stay on in the pit. Like. Not the Tims. That's just it. So as I'm going through this album, I'm trying to I want to be analytical about it and everything, but there's not much to analyze. Mm-hmm. The worst thing an album can be is boring.
Yeah.
And due to the fact that each song is of similar structure, similar riff choices, there's so many open string riffs, there's so many it's kind of ridiculous. I think there's one solo or two throughout the entire album.
There's only one good breakdown or one legitimate breakdown. The breakdowns were so lackluster, and I was like, is that, so we're you expect your breakdown to go from here and just slam you, and then theirs were eh.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's
Hello?
I'm trying to find a comparative how bad those breakdowns were, but they're rough.
Yeah.
There's no oomph. There's at no point was I in the middle of just crushing a monster, oh shit, that was a bop.
I know, yeah, you have your own soundtrack going. No,
I was just the entire time I was just disappointed. It was yeah. Well, so that's just it. And the other issue with this album too is it's a lot of the same riffs. A lot of the same musical choices. They don't really stray too far. They don't really do anything else. And I get that hardcore is a narrow genre, but you can do something a little bit extra. You can do something to hype it up. Because I think the whole point of Hatebreed soundtrack is to have songs that people can destroy each other to.
Oh yeah,
And
it's a great, just like, if you're not paying attention and you just hear like some instrumental that you're like, I just need to shove some people to, it's great for that.
Destroy Everything is a great hardcore song.
Yeah.
Like, it is simple, straight to the point. But, like, this album doesn't have a Destroy Everything. And the other thing that lacks in this album, too, is lyrically.
Lyrics. Oh God.
Okay. I
Are we
swear.
just going to talk about Set It Right, Start With Yourself?
Oh. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure somebody already made this analogy, but the Hatebreed, the lyrics in this album are basically just take motivational posters. Like those motivational posters you find at the dentist.
The cat hanging in there on the tree. Hang in there. Hang in there, fam.
Hang in there, fam. That's basically the entire lyrical
God.
choices this dude makes in this entire album.
You know what this reminded me of? Set It Right, Start With Yourself reminded me of like Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, but it was a hardcore like rendition.
I'm looking at the man.
Well, it's literally like the whole concept is just like look at yourself, reflect on yourself, and like be the change you want to see. And I'm like, God.
It's the equivalent of Shia LaBeouf's "Just Do It." It's what it is. He's just yelling at you in the camera. Do it, just do it. Like that's it. That's the entire album. And you're like, I get it. I'm being motivational, but like, what? This.
The thing is, too, is Jamie is so aggressive. Like, his vocal is so in your face.
Right.
And it's weird. It's like motivation, but you're yelling it at me.
It's like if you're a puppy and somebody is yelling at you compliments. You deserve love. I love you. And you're just like, why are you yelling at me? You don't know the difference. You're just like, why? It's like the German language when somebody says I love you. It sounds so aggressive, but that's what that means. It's weird. There's so many. It's laughable to the point where it's ridiculous. But I feel like as a Hatebreed album, you shouldn't. As a hardcore album specifically, you shouldn't have that. It's the issue with this album is that Hatebreed is showing its age. Right? They're doing the same thing. This is a repetition of the same thing.
Yeah, they're doing what got them famous or like what got them popular.
Right, but
which, not to like cut you off, but I did read some like other reviews because I was really curious. I was like, I need to know what other people are saying. Pretty much every website that I came across that did a review on this gave it a 3 out of 5. And
like
literally, like, these were some of the shortest album reviews I've ever read in my life by like critics.
Right.
And it literally, the majority of them was just like, it's a Hatebreed album.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
You know what? I bet you if you're a Hatebreed fan, you'd probably still be okay.
Love it.
You'll be okay with this album. But I think as a Hatebreed fan, you'd be like, because here's the thing. Why make this is their 9th studio album and they have a large discography. Like, why make another album when you already have such a hotbed of bangers in your at your disposal? You can just tour at this point. You don't need to make any more music. Like, I feel like this album isn't really necessary. Like,
the only reason I could think maybe that they decided to put it out is because the lyrics to a lot of these songs can be put to like current social and political climates.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because that's what it was making me feel. I was feeling some weird sort of way.
Yeah, like it's like your weird like stepdad's Facebook page, and he's
that weird uncle that nobody talks about at the family barbecue.
Yeah, he always shows up with I don't know why I came up here to Chuck Taylor's, but it's like the shoe of a Hatebreed fan.
Why you gotta come after Chuck Taylor's, man? Why you gotta come after them? What did they do to you? They don't deserve this. Dear Jesus.
We're never gonna get them as a sponsor. Listen, I'm a Vans guy. Wait, hold on.
I mean, I am too.
There you go. I'm a Vans guy. What do you want from me?
Well, I'm a Vans girl. They're over there.
Slip-ons are life. Listen, I fully accepted being an old man now because slip-ons are my favorite shoes now. When it is slipper time, when I'm an old feeble dude and I'm just wearing like Dr. Scholl's like slippy little shoes on, I am about it. Ready.
You're the old man that's inside the Walmart at like the little Dr. Scholl's like you step on thing and it tells you which inserts to get.
Yes.
That's Nick.
Yes. Yes. I that is my.
Please, Mr. Scholl, please.
Please help me, Joe. I need you to get my feet comfy. I ran too much.
You're wearing the non-slip socks underneath.
Oh my god, dude, that is my spirit animal.
Honestly, half the time at work, I wish I had those on. Like, take out the whole mic.
Yeah, no.
Just bust the whole thing.
I know, right? Let me just readjust it real quick. Okay, there you go. All
Are you
right.
falling?
Am I falling? Okay.
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know. Did I
We've
break
been
you?
having all sorts of issues with his mic today.
To tell you something more interesting than this Hatebreed album, we were spending like an hour and a half.
This man said more interesting. Ooh,
I mean,
Lord, if Hatebreed watches this,
listen.
he gonna come after. Josta's gonna come after us, and I'm not ready for that.
They have good music. Your
No,
guys
they
are
do.
great. You have decent soundtrack. You have a bad one. It's fine. Listen, not.
I mean, I feel
You can have a Slayer Diabolica Musica, okay? Like, everyone gets one, all right? Everyone gets one.
Well, and here's the thing for me, like as an audio engineer, like I'm totally down for bands just wanting to. They're like, I want to make music. I want to
Yeah.
record something new. Let's just do what we do best. I'm totally down for it. I totally get it. And it's just fun to record new stuff and to have something
Yeah.
out there. I mean, you just sometimes don't want to go super in depth or get like really crazy. I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a little weird that it's happening so far down the line in their career.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
I don't know if, like, a part of me almost wondered. I was like, are they? This sounds terrible. Are they doing worse financially than we think they are? And so they were like, let's do what made us big in the first
It
place.
could be a contract thing.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe, because
I don't.
aren't they what, Nuclear Blast?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't think Nuclear Blast is
They
weird like
put.
that, though.
I forgot to watch the videos. Nuclear on their YouTube channel put out like, it was like 2.5 minute interview clips with like one with each band member, or at least I saw like 3, I think.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be them talking about. One person was talking about recording with, I think with Chris, or maybe that was I don't know, one of the producers or engineers on it. And then I know Josta did one, but they're like super short. They're only like 2.5 minutes. And I'm like, there must not be a lot of content to like, why you did this, why.
They walked in, they did their stuff, and they left. They were just like, all right, we made the album. All right, cool, go home.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it was, I mean, I don't know, I feel like when you're talking about a new album or like a new experience that you would at least get like 5 minutes worth of content.
Yeah.
2.5 is wild. Like,
Yeah, it's probably more like promo stuff. You know what could
I mean,
be?
probably,
You know what
yeah.
could be? Because I know when Mastodon did their stuff for promoting their Rarities album, which is all like their side music that they made and all that, they did like short little video things supporting it or whatever, and they were like 2.5 minutes, and they're on YouTube. But they are also showing up on like Instagram and
Well,
on
yeah.
all that, so they might be formatted so that they just go on everything.
well, now I'm curious.
Oh, now you're curious.
I mean, we got plenty of time.
Well, yeah, here's other thing is that we definitely don't want to review like a boring album or like that's the worst thing an album could be because there's not much to talk about.
Yeah.
like that's the whole thing. I was like, when I'm doing this episode, I'm like, should we do something else? Should we maybe like add something to this or whatever? But don't worry, we're entertaining degenerates. We'll figure out some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's just a short episode.
Yeah,
you
or
know?
that too.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we could have a short one. That's fine. We could have a shorty.
yeah.
With like a melody in my head.
Well, we could bring up the lyrics and analyze those a little more in
wanna
depth.
Read the lyrics.
Yeah,
Oh,
why not? I was gonna print them all out originally, but I was like, I won't waste my printer ink. I'll do it at work, and then I forgot, and so I don't have the lyrics.
The Hatebreed album is so schmedium. I didn't want to waste the printer ink on their lyrics.
Printer ink is $40.
Oh, right, but still, damn. I like.
Leave me alone. Now I'm looking at Nuclear Blast's Instagram, seeing if they
That's a
posted
weird
anything
name.
about it.
Nuclear Blast.
I kind of like it though.
Well, it's a decent name. I just think of Jimmy Neutron. Got a blast. Well.
Did they put? When did this come out?
November.
It came out in November?
I think so. Did you have it listed?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was November.
I was trying to see if there was anything, if this would make searching for this easier, but...
Yeah.
Wow, I did not realize so much metal stuff looks the same.
It's almost like there's too much.
Here's this.
It's almost like it's the problem with the genre
Yeah,
right now.
see, this is the video I was talking about. So they had him talk about the artwork and the album title.
Yeah. No, it's the way it's formatted. It looks like it's formatted for social media.
Yeah, it says when you lift that weight or help someone lift that burden, you see that. You see that come back to you tenfold. That was Jamie's.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, it's basically what it is. I mean, it's not a bad sentiment.
No, not at all. I mean, I get it.
It could have been framed a little better. I think that's just it. Like, I think like the way, just from the what was that? Oh, you're picking that up?
I think that's maintenance.
Oh my
That was their
God.
radio outside my apartment door. Our front doors are so thin. Like, I'm telling you right now, they can hear me saying this. Those doors are so thin. That's why I like warn people. I'm like, if you're gonna say stuff out here, be very careful about what you say.
God, I thought that was like a security, like a.
That was their radio. That was terrifying. I'm so curious if that actually picked up in the recording or if only we could hear it, because
I think it picked up in the recording. That's why I heard it so well.
well, no, but our mics are so hot that it's not going to be as hot in the recording.
That's fair.
Well, all right, that was interesting.
Yeah, for some of you, you're just like either you hear it or you don't. But just it sounded like the radio, but also sounded like it was like a oh god, like a fire warning. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It reminded me of like when they do the warnings at work. I was like,
yeah.
is the house on fire?
And then you hear an air raid siren going on. You're just like Silent Hill. You're just like,
I got one giant glass door over there. We're not protected from shit here, so
we dead.
yeah, we are not.
GG. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Look.
So she's looking up the lyrics and everything.
Well, no, I'm also just looking if there's any more hate. Oh yeah, see this Hatebreed one. Positive mental attitude.
Oh my god.
It says, how does Jamie Justa keep a positive mental attitude in times of adversity? Should I play the audio?
Oh.
I could play the audio. I won't get in trouble for that. It's an interview.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to run it, we can listen to it.
I'm just curious. I'm so curious.
Let's run it.
Okay, hold on.
Put it up. Lock the chair.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Mom.
Nothing has meaning. None of this matters. That only gets you so far. Let's just quit.
What? I think it started at the end of the video. I was like, hello? Oh, wait, it's only 14 seconds long. I'm probably going to get in trouble because the song is in the background.
Nothing has meaning. None of this matters. That only gets you so far.
I mean,
Let's just.
So that's it. That's the whole.
That's basically.
How did that explain anything on positive mental attitude?
That did nothing. I saw you talking about nihilism, which I'm like, that's a metal thing, I guess.
Yeah, he's like the mentality of nothing of this matters. It doesn't like that. All doesn't get you somewhere. You didn't tell me how you keep a positive mental attitude, sir. You just told me that I shouldn't think down on myself.
He's like, I would have been down if he was like, how do you keep a positive mental attitude? He's just like, well, I have these puppies, and
right, yeah, like
just keep me in
I
check
don't know,
and
man.
everything like that, dude. Hey,
tell me you smoke a bowl and you just live your life, like.
Listen, Hatebreed, hear me out. You would have made a way more interesting attitude, way more interesting attitude. I don't know what. Made way more interesting album. If it was just using your positive mental attitude, screaming stuff, but it was about your puppy dogs. He caught a bone today! We walked him out! He had a nice poop!
Dear God.
He got a treat and he liked it!
Oh my.
Much like you like yourself!
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be looking up these lyrics.
I just made a better Hatebreed album. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Put that on the presses. You can have those. I won't even copyright them. The Hatebreed, the puppy album. Listen, I don't know why it's a 10 out of 10, but it is. Like, it's just like they had like this cute little artist rendering of like little puppies in like a mosh pit slam dancing.
Oh my god. Okay, I have to. All right, we're gonna look up the "Set It Right" lyrics.
Little puppers like in a pit, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna slam dance you into the wall.
Oh god, these are even more lackluster than I thought they were. I'm sorry, that's so insulting. This band probably doesn't give a shit about our opinions, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be that mean.
Us tiny little YouTube channel that like our opinions matter, like not really, but just...
like looking at this, every other line is a repeat line.
Yeah,
so
yeah, just reiterate.
So this is "Set It Right." Start with yourself. If you think you should judge someone, start with yourself. If you want to take control, start with yourself. Something you see needs respect, start with yourself. And if you want to change the world, you have to start with yourself.
Hey, do you know what you have to start with? Yourself. You. It sounds like it either sounds like a sassy, like RESPCT vibe. Yeah, start with yourself, girl. Or it's one of those like motivational like advertisements that you have where it's just like, you gotta start with yourself, buddy. Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
Hold on. There's purpose in the pain, new power to attain.
Like Nintendo power or like
Is this when I get my Mario star?
He's reading an old Nintendo Power magazine, like it's like the Super Mario 64. God, dude, I just gotta get through the freaking ice slide to get this star. Damn it! I need to beat the penguin. Power to attain.
The penguin. What is okay? Hold on. I need to because it's been so long since I've properly listened to any Hatebreed. Well, like what's. I just want to compare the lyrics from something else.
Are we just so ignorant?
Well, no. Okay, so like, as at my thing, I use YouTube Music. I don't know, don't hate me. But their top song on here is the top two are "I Will Be Heard" and "Destroy Everything."
Yeah.
So I want to look up those lyrics, and I just want to like.
Maybe that's just it, because they did write songs that were very like aggressive, nihilistic, and all that kind of stuff and everything, and then to switch to like. You're the best you can be, and you know it's okay and all that stuff. It's kind of weird.
Well, so "I Will Be Heard." All right, this at least has a little more substance. I really hate like the thing that I hate with this with "Set It Right" is literally the repetition, because if you go down just one verse further, yeah, so after the new power to attain, it literally goes set it right, make peace with the mirror now, set it right, and the self-deception, set it right, make peace with the mirror now, set it right, and the self-deception.
Right.
Like that. God, that's a lot of, and then it literally does it again. Start with yourself. Like that's a lot of repetition.
I feel like that's the reason why it's written like that, though. Like just to give them a little bit of credit, I think the reason why it's written like that is so that if they're at a show,
I know you can chant
it and all that stuff. But
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, but I think at the same time, it's still it's weird.
So this is "I Will Be Heard." Now is the time for me to rise to my feet, wipe your spit from my face, wipe these tears from my eyes. You repeat that twice, apparently. I've got to take my life back, one chance to make it right. I've got to have my voice be heard and bring meaning to this life. 'Cause I've trusted for nothing. I've been led astray. I've been tried and tested. I can't speak today. Yeah, and I won't accept defeat. Now I've done things I regret, and it's time to reverse the rules. I just want to make good on all the promises that I have made.
That's perfectly. You know what? It's well thought out. It explains the thought process. You feel the emotions going through it.
Yeah.
Like it does a better job of giving the person an actual picture of what you're going through.
Yeah, and this still has like a chance to chant, because it does I will be heard, I will be heard. Like you can still do chants there.
Yeah. It's
that's a lot of chanting, because it happens so many times.
Well, yeah. All right.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Just look at the audience and go, shh. Too much.
Too much. It's okay. Just don't.
But like,
don't say it too loud.
what's another one?
I mean, Destroy Everything is like...
Well, no, what's another song off of here?
Oh, off of
here. Okay, so the entire, like, list of songs here, you have Instinctive, Slaughterlust, Let Them All Rot, Set It Right, Start With Yourself, Weight of the False Self, Cling to Life, A Stroke of Red, Dig Your Way Out, This I Earned, Wings of the Vulture, right? Yeah. The Herd Will Scatter, From Gold to Gray, and Invoking Dominance. If I remember, This I Earned, I feel like I laughed when I listened to that song.
Oh, God. There's a few points where I was just like, what is he talking? What? Excuse me? It was aggressively just motivational poster shit.
It really is. Like, it's just so, and I think that was what was throwing me off. Like, I may not have been giggling at the lyrics themselves. I was giggling at the fact that, like, and a lot of people in their reviews said this was, like, you're getting probably some of the best vocals from Jamie, like, as far as, like, comparative to old school.
Oh, yeah. Like, in terms of, yeah, I will say that. Like, he's definitely, it's definitely more, like, you can hear him and you can understand what he's saying and everything. And he's, like, he has great range. He does what he does very well.
Yeah, it just doesn't change.
It doesn't change, but there's no, like, the lyrical context, for the way the lyrics are, doesn't help it, and especially with the music around it just like blending in and not really standing out, like it's weird. Like it just doesn't work together.
Well, and then that's the thing too with this album is this is a well done album. Like just in terms of like actual production quality, obviously because with Nuclear Blast, but just the guitars are great, like the musicians are great, the vocalists are great. It's just
that's just it.
All there, it's just
it's they have the chops. Like, you know, they can play we know they can play the music. We know they can play well, and that's just it. Is that they're not like they're playing the stuff well. They're playing it fine, but it's just not. There wasn't anything exciting.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
at no
it's
point.
It's just a Hatebreed album.
Well, even as a Hatebreed album, there was no point where I was just like, "Fuck, like shit." Let's go. Like no point did I feel like that. I was just kind of like sitting there, like, yeah, that was an album. That was
Yeah.
I shouldn't feel like that on a Hatebreed album. Mm-mm. Like that's the problem. Like at no point are we trashing on their like abilities. They all have a decent ability. We're just you just could have done better. You had the tools, you just didn't really put them to good use. You had ways to make interesting bread. You could have made like a whole wheat, a 5 grain. You could have made like maybe
Italian seasoning.
Yeah, maybe some like maybe a flatbread if you wanted to. You had the dough for it and everything. Like just do whatever you want. But you decided just to make Wonder Bread, which is fine. Listen, man, Wonder Bread's great. You put some peanut butter jelly on there, make a semi-decent grilled cheese, a little butter and everything. But it's just white Wonder Bread. And he could have done a little more. And that's where it's at.
Yeah.
This is the Wonder Bread of Hatebreed albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are the lyrics for This I Earned. Mm-hmm. Fiction you made up to believe lives on a screen, but it's not reality.
He's talking about God, that's so...
Yeah. This was one of those I was like, was this made for this social climate right now?
Yeah, that has to be.
Yeah. Actions that you didn't take is why you're concerned with the ones that I make. Now you've noticed your day slipping fast. Was it well spent or were you stepping back? You counted all my blessings as you went, leaving your mark of discontent. Like, if that doesn't say that it's this current social climate, I don't know.
Talking about us. It kind of reminds me a little bit of God.
I wasn't born with it. I bled for this. Be bound to your word when you live by it. You prove your worth.
I woke up like this.
It wasn't handed to me. I did what I had to. Be bound to your word. It's not what you deserve. You get what you earn.
Yeah, it's a bit. Okay, you know why? I'm gonna throw.
I just have one word in my head that I feel like this is going towards, or like.
what you can throw the word out, and then I have my comparison.
Snowflakes.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
oh,
what
yeah.
like. And granted, I'm not one to use that terminology. I think, granted, I do think there are some people that are too sensitive or not going to get really into that.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's like, if you were to put a word as to who he is talking about,
Yeah.
it is the people.
Yeah.
It is whoever you deem as that word.
Yeah, that definitely is the vibe from that. But I was also getting, oh god. So I'm also going to throw in another band that people really really like and get passionate for, but I don't respect anymore. Five Finger Death Punch. I love their first two albums. Yeah. Way of the Fist and War is the Answer, in my opinion, are very very solid metal albums. Mm-hmm. But then American Capitalist happens. American Capitalist fucking sucks. It's god awful. And then when fucking Over and Under It, or whatever it's called, fucking Ivan's like, oh, you're all talking trash about me. I'm like, who? Who's talking trash about you? I didn't know any of this shit. Which then later on, then there was stuff where people were talking trash about him. But then I was like, I don't give a shit, Ivan. I
feel
don't
like
fucking
part of
care.
it is shit he projected himself into.
Well, that's just it. He projected that shit on there, and that's what I felt like was a little bit going on in that song. Was just like, there's the mix of the social climate, the snowflake ass talk, but then also people who talk shit. And
have people been talking shit about them lately?
I don't know.
I never hear their name come up in anything. They don't ever come up in the Twitter mentions.
I think like people joke around and all that stuff and everything, and maybe in the deeper metal groups or maybe they talk kind of trash or whatever, but I don't really think so. Not anymore.
Yeah, because even in like the controversies area, nothing's like happened recently.
No.
But
that's just it. Like I don't think really people are talking, like they aren't talking about Hatebreed like they used to anymore. And I think it's just a showing of the age and everything like that. And like maybe like I don't know, man. Like if you're just gonna make an album, instead of like just putting your opinions that may be a little outdated, maybe a little past their prime, just come up with an album where you're like just make an aggressive album. That's the one thing that bothers me about certain metal albums, is that I like part of my metal music not really to have like, I don't like people being preachy on my metal albums. Mm-hmm. Like if you're gonna talk about experiences, or you're gonna talk about, you have things to say, if they come from personal places and they come from genuine places and like they have meaning to them, go nuts. I want to hear that. Tell me in a creative fashion so I can at least maybe have some analyzation to it, or put it in a way that it's how you feel about it. Yeah, but it's
somebody can always relate to it out there.
Oh yeah. But then also in a sense that maybe somebody else can gain something out of it. Yeah. Like, not like maybe like I guess example I use is like a Tool song. Like Tool songs probably have a specific meaning to Maynard when he writes them, but people pulled multiple meanings out of certain songs here and there. Yeah. When you get that specific, and when you're trying to be like, you're trying to start pointing fingers and stuff, and it gets preachy, and this happens on both sides. It loses some of its credibility, because at that point, like, you're not a band that's known for that shit, and two, it just comes off higher than thou, like, or holier than thou, or whatever. It's not a good look. No.
Yeah, because again, and the thing that bothers me with like this particular song is, it's still that question. I'm like, did something happen? Because like you're not explaining that something happened. You're just preaching to something that is your own opinion, which, again, it's music. You can do, like, I'm not one of those people that says that, or I'm not saying that bands should never get involved in politics or whatever. I'm not saying any of that, but I'm saying like the way that this is, it's going about it. There's no explanation as to what the hell happened. Like
they're not I don't want to say Rage Against the Machine, because then sometimes like they can even make points that you're just like, but wait a minute, it's not a little hypocritical. But Rage Against the Machine, at least from the get-go who they are, and that's their whole angle, and they've done it well. System of a Down, another one, and who just put out 2 bomb-ass tracks about specific things, very specific things, but they put it in a context to where not only is it getting their point across, it's done aggressively. It's done like, like the first song's a little more like toxicity, a little more like poppier, a little more ballad, like a little more balladied. That's the word I was going to think of, but I don't think that's even a word.
More like a ballad.
More like a ballad. Thank you. Trying to make up words here. But then the second song is just blast beats and shit. Like, that was nuts. Like, I was like, what? There's blast beats in a System of a Down song? Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Yeah. So there's a lot of things going into this Hatebreed album that like just didn't work. And it was a mix of the uncreativeness coming from the musician side of things, still doing a decent job, but lyrically also just didn't hit the mark. And that's about all I can say about this album. That's the worst thing. Is besides that, it's unremarkable.
Yeah, I mean, again, when I was doing research and I was just looking, I was like, I need to know what other people are saying. I mean, these were literally like some of the shortest album reviews I've ever seen. And it was just, everybody was coming down to, it's a Hatebreed album, and that's about all we got to say. And I'm like, man, I just like to know that there's other people out there that have a similar opinion. And I was like, damn, all right, at least I'm not the only one that really translated this as like, there's no sustenance to this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see I was interested when you mentioned to me, like, because we were talking a little bit beforehand, like through text about the Hatebreed album and everything. And she was like, Alexa's just like, Nick, this Hatebreed album's like, bleh. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping that I'd put it on and I'd be like, what the hell's Alexis talking about? This album fucking slaps. And then like, she was right. So
yeah, I literally told Nick, I was like, I'm gonna hurt some feelings.
Yeah.
Because I know that, there always comes with like these long running, very niche bands that they have ride or die fans.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
White Knights will come out the woodwork and come protect their band, and you're like, whoa.
You know where the controversies more come from? They don't actually come from the band more often. They come from their fans more often.
Oh, God, yeah.
If you want to talk
their fans cause all issues.
Oh, if you want to talk about, like, OG, like, we always have, like, problems with fan groups in like, anime and all that stuff. There's definitely some toxic ones. Like, Hatebreed is a whole different animal.
Oh yeah, it's very similar even with Five Finger Death Punch fans, like ride or die ones. I'm like, y'all are crazy.
Y'all crazy.
What the hell?
Please don't hit me.
Yeah, dear God, please.
Don't scrap.
Scrap.
Scrap. Scrap. I'm quoting one of our friends. Damn it.
I don't know if he'll ever watch this.
No,
so.
dude. If our buddy is watching this, like, yo, you watch your podcast. It was I don't understand any of it, but it was fine.
I heard scrap.
No, I had to listen to it. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I can glean from this. Unless you got anything you want to add.
Well, I'm just looking at the like controversy things again.
Yeah.
Because I mean, one of their controversies was their former drummer ending up in prison for felony murder.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that happened in 2016. I didn't know about that part.
Listen, man. Unless he's like the dudes in like Norwegian black metal bands that are like going around burning churches or killing each other's bandmates and stuff. Whatever.
Yeah. See, in a CNN article published in 2012, Hatebreed was accused of being a white supremacist band in the aftermath of the Wisconsin temple shooting.
Yeah, I remember that.
That stuff happens so much.
Yeah, well, it's like I think it's a like borderline equivalent to like when Judas Priest was brought on. I was like, oh, you put satanic messages in your albums and all that stuff.
Yeah, I could talk a whole hour on that issue.
Yeah. Rob Halford's listening to them put their albums in reverse, and he's like, "Are we done here?"
And he's like, "Can I go home, please?
Dear God. Please."
But yeah,
I gotta keep on doing BDSM stuff. What do you want from me?
Yeah, and there was the weird. I don't know if anything ever came out of this, but like they were a longtime sponsor of UFC fighter Chris Camozzi,
that's right.
and they had them cover Hatebreed's logos. Do you know anything about that?
No, I think they ended up. I think he was like ended up being on their pants or something like that or whatever. Like,
well, he was on their banners and everything, and they told him that he has to cover the logos.
UFC or okay.
UFC did it.
I was gonna say if Hatebreed did it, I'm like,
no. Hatebreed's his sponsor.
That's interesting.
It says Is this about it?
That was a whole
His
thing in
stance
wrestling.
on MMA sponsorships. I don't know. It's a video. I ain't gonna sit here.
Yeah.
I've never even seen this dude, but his face is busted.
You said UFC fighter.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of funny because I was like,
Yeah, it says it claimed he was required by UFC for some reason to cover Hatebreed's logos on his T-shirt and ring introduction banner with black tape. I don't know what that was, but
I mean, probably investors or somebody was like, I don't like Hatebreed, cover that shit up.
yeah, it seems like it's always like some weird outside force with them. I'm just wondering, like, is there something like did anything that was written on this new album come from something that directly was happening to them?
Nah, I don't know.
Or was it just them making the decision, like, this is the current climate, let's just talk about it?
Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was a thing. It was there.
That was the thing.
It was a thing. It was there. I put it on and it exists. That's the worst thing, man.
I know, and I literally, so I did write some, like, personal thoughts on the back here. I literally said, could be a fun mosh pit album, but I literally wouldn't remember anything about their lyrics.
Oh, yeah. I probably would have gone to that pit sober and not remember anything.
Yeah, like, I just would be like, I can get with this,
Yeah. What did he say? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, I said, sounds great, recorded well, but nothing's really that unique.
Man.
I said, they know how to construct a hardcore album, and for the people that like Hatebreed, they probably love this album.
Oh, yeah. That's basically the sentiments.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had anything against them, but they've never been a go-to. I'm like, yeah, let's listen to some Hatebreed today.
No, that's definitely not been a go-to as well. But like, I was more also like just curious to see how it was kind of going for them, and then it'd be how it do, and do how it be.
What year did the album prior to this come out?
I don't know. I think said something about like 2016 or something.
Was it 2016? Hold on. Discography. Here you are. Oh yeah, it was 2016. The Concrete Confessional. Yeah, and Way to False Self came out. Oh, okay, November 27th, 2020. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Concrete.
The whole album is 34 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's so short.
Yeah.
I'm always, and that was the thing that, like, immediately when I pulled up the album and I saw that, like, most of the songs were like 2 minutes, a little over 3 minutes, like, but they were all pretty much 2 something. And I was like, oh God, I'm already hesitant.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to short songs, they can either be real quick bangers or they can be what happened.
I would be more concerned if I put on a Hatebreed album and there was like a 10 or 11 minute song. I'd be like,
Are
what?
you guys okay?
Are you guys fine?
It's okay.
Please blink your eyes if you need help.
I mean, I wasn't expecting that, but like a solid 3 minutes.
Or like a 5 minute or whatever here and there or whatever. Like just a longer banger.
How long is I Will Be Heard? Oh, I Will Be Heard is only 2:59.
Oh my god.
Destroy Everything, 3:29.
Not a second less.
Yeah, I know, that was funny. It's just literally 59.
2:59.
Looking Down what is this? Looking Down the Barrel of Today. Oh, this is from the last album. Is 2:42. I like this album work from the last one though.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's actually a really nice album cover.
Yeah. It's a concrete confessional booth, so
Yeah.
with the chains and everything. I mean, their album covers have always been pretty cool.
I mean, don't look at the earlier ones. There's some
Yeah, no, then this one, like this one, like from 97, but it's 97.
Oh,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. You think they had a high-end graphic designer working on that stuff in 97? Nah, fam. Paid some dude like $20. Like, can you make this cover album cover for us real quick?
I just can't get over this text. Where does it come from? What is the history on this text?
Something they probably, once again, $20 graphic designer.
I'm curious. What font?
How do we top off this episode? We're gonna look up the font for Hatebreed. That's how we end this episode. Imagine if Hatebreed's logo was like in Comic Sans.
It's the Hatebreed logo. The band's name is Fet Fractor font.
Fet Franker?
Oh, it literally Kerrang did an album that says the worst fonts in metal and hardcore, and Hatebreed is on there.
Oh no! Who else is on that list? Is it every like deathcore band's logos, like the stupid scratchy, like you can't barely read it?
Okay. The first one is Lamb of God.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I think it's kind of cool. Like, they made some changes to make it cooler, but I get it.
Yeah, I understand. It's very The Mummy. I understand.
Saturday Night Live even had a sketch about the fact that James Cameron used the font as the logo for Avatar. I didn't even think about that.
Oh my god.
It's the same font.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
That's very funny.
Rotting out. I mean, I understand that.
Oh, that's awful.
That's pretty bad.
Oh, Lord.
Misery Index. I've used that font for like a school project.
Listen, man. You've seen our banners and stuff using it. I'm mono impact font over here, so I can't say shit.
Soulfly is on here.
Oh god, yeah, that Soulfly's logo is not good.
Yeah.
You need to get a new logo, Soulfly. I'm sorry.
God, what? Shades Apart. Shades Apart can't figure out what they want to do.
What? Where is it?
This one down here, and then I think this was a newer one.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's rough.
That's real bad.
Soil Work.
So, yeah, soiled it.
Madball. Nile. Limp Biscuit.
Oh, what isn't?
I mean,
bad about?
Okay. They put their own logo in.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I said, Jesus, who the hell approved this thing? It's like someone took the NASCAR logo and jammed in a different word. So wait, is this a joke article then, or is it still bad?
Some of them. I think it might have been a mix.
Yeah, I mean, it says, 11 times metal and hardcore lettering made us cringe. I mean, the whole idea is a joke, obviously, because it's funny to talk about font.
That's fair.
Font.
Like
that. Bless that author for being like, you know what we need to talk about? Bad fonts.
Okay. So like he kicks the door into his executives. Like, all right, I got the idea for an article. What's next? What's it going to be about? Terrible fonts. You're lucky it's a slow month, Jerry. If you come up with shit like that again, you're fucking fired.
When was this written? I'm actually curious. 2019.
Okay, so it's a newer one. Good job, Kerrang. Nice article.
It's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, the Limp Biscuit. The Limp Biscuit comment. Oh, God, hold on. It says...
Pull it up.
It literally says... Wait, where is it? Moreover, Wait. Oh, yeah, so... I love that this person actually found, like, the exact font names as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, all of them have the exact name. Mishka? I don't know how to... Perlman? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. I believe you're the one who wrote this article. I appreciate it. Thank you. Because it's funny.
It's funny. It's a good meme.
So it literally says maybe nu metal shouldn't really count because there are plenty of nu metal bands with terrible fonts and logos. But let's just take a second to appreciate how truly awful, everything is about the fonts Limp Bizkit used on their first two records. Because this one's Significant Other.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we get it that you're edgy with the whole graffiti aesthetic.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also way too try-hard. Moreover, the title of Significant Other looks like it was written in everyone's favorite typewriter font, Courier. Which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
You should, I don't know. Can you look up Crazy Town's logo?
Oh, God.
Come, my lady, come, my lady. Because I feel like that one's not good.
I haven't seen theirs. Oh, Jesus. Pictures of their face.
Oh, God. So much body oil.
What an evolution. Wow. Do I feel like I've seen him recently?
I don't know.
Anyways, I got distracted. Because somebody showed like a before and after, like more recent. Oh, good Lord, it's a mess.
Oh, well, bring it up. Is there a butterfly in it?
Yeah.
The star. That's what it is. The red star in the background. Mm-hmm. That's what. Oh my God.
With the little dots inside the O.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the butterfly you're talking about. Crazy.
How did we get... Hold on. Just because we went down the rabbit hole of, like, Hatebreed font, now I just got you to look up Crazy... This episode's over. I think we're done.
Hey, now, we gotta fill the time.
It's been an hour already?
We just hit an hour.
Just did
you
it.
know.
We
out here, fam. We out here.
Y'all,
trying to fill the time.
We're out here reviewing a mediocre Hatebreed album, and now we're looking up the font of terrible bands. I hope you enjoy.
I'm just trying to see
content.
if I can find anything else about this.
Oh,
Yeah, because see, Blabbermouth did a review, Kerrang did one, Louder Sound. Like, all of them give 3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah. That's
about as much as you could get.
Yeah.
Because, like, what is this one? Louder Sound. Oh, this apparently was on a podcast, and then they turned this into an article.
Oh, cool. It's neat. Shmeet.
Hatebreed have comfortably found their niche since a bit of experimentation on 2009's self-titled album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they've found their thing. They can do it. They can do it well.
Doing it.
That's all we got.
Doing it well.
We're doing it. We're doing
it well. You know, we're not doing well ending this podcast.
I know. Yeah. Hi. Oh, God. Well, I mean, do you have any more thoughts and feelings to put in this? I feel like all we did was just, like, shit on this whole thing for an hour.
I mean, that's basically what this was. I mean, we weren't going to, like, we tried to throw some compliments here and there. We talked about the production on it being fine and everything else, but, you know, again, our goal here is not to shit on everything. We know we just did our last metal episode was a trip, like a mental exercise in what the hell we were listening to.
Yeah. And we've been sitting on this like album for a few days on like the Insane, which was like real time opinion.
Oh yeah.
We've been sitting on these opinions for a little while.
Yeah, we're letting these bad boys simmer or whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get I'm interested to see what kind of comes out this year. Further down the road.
We can look for things too that are, I mean, we can do like throwback episodes too or whatever, or like albums that we really like.
Yeah.
We can have like our top picks. 'Cause I would love to talk about Too Close to Touch. Their, what year did that come out? 2016 album. I think it was 2016.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, because I listened to it on the plane from Warped Tour. So.
I mean, I could just.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I love albums that have these like drawn storylines.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need that in all of them, but when I find one that does the storyline really, really well, and it's all about the lead singer and his personal, like, him having to get through all of the stuff that was happening.
Yeah.
There's one song on there that makes me cry every single time I listen to it. And there's a reason why. I mean,
obviously we have like a very similar opinion on that, because my favorite album, if we did like our favorite album like ever or whatever, we did like an episode on those, it would be Mastodon's Leviathan, which the story about that album is that it is Moby Dick.
Is it really?
It is all about it's about Moby Dick. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, because it's
I gotta revisit this now.
It's Blood and Thunder, Iron Tusk. Literally, the opening, the bridge of that song is "Crack Your Oars, Mate." They're talking about launching the spear straight into his eye. Yeah, the whole album is about Moby Dick. Yeah,
it's been a long time since I've listened to that, so I have to.
Oh my god,
I gotta revisit.
Such a fucking banger.
I remember it being good. I just don't remember like specifics about it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
we'll do that. We'll do at least 1 or 2 throwbacks this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Party
like a plan.
hardy.
Party hard. Party hard, Wayne.
Dear God.
On that note,
yeah,
I think it's about time we put this one in the oven and just let it bake for a little bit. Put some sprinkles on it and call it a day.
And by bake mean me sit and cry over it and hope Nick doesn't blow out my eardrums again.
I'm so sorry. I'm aggressive and loud. I can't help it.
Oh, we love it, Nick. We love you for it.
Thank you.
It's just you occasionally blow out my my reasons for having a career, which is my ears. I'm just gonna always make you feel bad about it.
No, I'm about it. It's fine. At least it's not blowing out a hip. All right, have a good night, everyone.
I think I just blew out the mic on that one. Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Jesus, I am so sorry. This audio always has a wild ride to it. Yeah, no, that definitely got blown out. Cool.
Nice, bye.
Bye, guys. We'll see you in
ya.
the next one, dear Lord.
Oh, Christ.